Today I will be covering information about the standardized tests that you will likely be taking as the year progresses. I will also be sharing information, tips, and strategies for making testing decisions within the college application process. The SAT and ACT are the tests that I will primarily be covering today. Now, while they may seem similar, both of these tests are fundamentally different in structure. The SAT is considered a reasoning test, and with this style, your results will measure your critical thinking skills. The ACT, on the other hand, is an achievement test, and with this type of test, your results will indicate what you have already learned during your past years in school. Another difference to this test compared to the SAT is that with the ACT, in addition to the verbal and mathematics sections, you will also find there to be a science section. Due to the differences in both of these test structures and depending on your test-taking style, it may be the case that you perform differently on each one. The great thing is that nowadays, every college that requires a standardized test as part of their application process will accept either the SAT or ACT in equal measure. This means that you can opt to submit the test you perform best on. So throughout the next few months, you want to gain a comfort and preference for which test style you prefer. And in doing this, you'll also want to keep in mind your preferred learning style. Do you thrive in more structured environments? If so, you may opt to take a classroom prep course. While this offers a personal experience for keeping you accountable to your study goals, it can be the more costly option. If you're a more independent learner, or you want to supplement the classroom experience with some outside studying, you can explore the practice questions and practice tests that are available on collegeboard.org and act.org. There are a wide range of other sites that can support you with this type of studying as well. One resource that I find especially helpful is to use a prep book for studying. You can complete different sections of the book throughout your free time during the week, and by using this tool, you will also learn different strategies for maximizing your score on each test. Another study option may be right in your pocket. There are currently a range of study apps that you can download on your phone to take with you throughout your day. The SAT and ACT offer the Question of the Day app, which can be really convenient to study on the go. Say you're waiting in line at the store or sitting on the bus, you can take this time to answer the questions of the day and get some practice in. There are more comprehensive apps available as well. The ACT offers ACT Student, which provides practice questions with in-depth explanations of the answers. And similarly, SAT Up is a program that offers comprehensive practice questions as well. This app will also provide you with personalized suggestions for future studying, and it will show you how you fall relative to other users based on your responses. This program adds some fun by allowing you to earn achievement badges as well. If thinking about the test day makes you a little bit nervous, one tip I would offer would be to recreate the testing experience in the safety of your own home. You'll want to find a quiet spot in the house, set up a timer for each section, and be sure to include those breaks that you would be offered. You may even want to keep a snack close by that you would likely bring to the test site in order to recreate the full experience. When the actual test day arrives, you'll have worked the kinks out of the procedure and everything will seem more familiar. Some advice for getting yourself organized and to help you begin to visualize how the next few months will look, I would suggest you to map out a tentative testing timeline for the upcoming year. You would want to include months for studying, registration deadlines, testing dates, and your college deadlines within this timeline. Now, you may not know your actual college deadline just yet, but you can gauge the month of application based on if you hope to apply early action, early decision, regular decision, or rolling. On this slide are two examples of possible timeline scenarios that can serve as a guide. You'll note that on the early action timeline, you will want to have completed your final test by October in order to be ready for those November deadlines. On the regular decision timeline, you'll want to have completed your testing by December. In beginning to make decisions for your testing needs, it will be vital to begin learning your college requirements. For example, some schools will not require standardized tests at all as part of their applications. These schools are considered to be test optional, and you can find a comprehensive list of schools like this on fairtest.org. Keep in mind that while a school may be test optional, different majors or programs may require tests, so you want to do that research to make sure you are providing colleges with everything they need. One other thing to be aware of is that even for test-optional schools, by submitting your scores, you will be placed in the running for scholarships and merit aid. So this is where that inquiry comes in, and you should take the opportunity to make connections with admissions reps and demonstrate your interest in the schools by asking these kinds of questions. As you go through the research process, you'll learn about a few other tests that may be required for the college admissions process. The SAT subject tests cover one subject each, such as U.S. history or biology, and these are sometimes necessary for more selective colleges and majors. While you may not know what your future colleges will require yet, one tip to keep in mind is that if you are enrolled in an AP course now or completed one last year, you may want to consider taking the SAT subject test that covers those same AP topics. For example, if you currently enrolled in biology right now and are preparing to take the AP exam in May, why not also sign up to take the biology subject test in June? Since you're prepping for biology already, it can't hurt to take that extra step and the material will be fresh in your mind. The TOEFL is another type of test that may be required depending on the language that you primarily speak at home or the time that you have been residing in the United States. This is an English language test, and for those of you who do not speak English as your first language, you may be required to submit this test to your colleges. For those of you who are considering two-year schools, you will want to take the AccuPlacer during your senior year, and this will take place after you have already submitted your applications. We have just covered a range of factors associated with the standardized testing process, so now is the time to begin mapping out that timeline, and you can look to this video program to begin informing your goals and plans. Thank you.